彻底疯狂。Sure, she was so adventurous. She just.
Oh my god!
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm excited to share a heartwarming story with you titled, The Hammock and the Cushion, a tale of two sleepy cats. If you enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Of course, if it's not your style, feel free to skip it, no hard feelings. Now, let's begin the story. Lunch in my household is never an ordinary event. It is a grand affair orchestrated by two furry, whiskered creatures who rule the dining table from a safe distance. My cats approach food like aristocrats attending a banquet. They take their time, carefully inspecting each piece as if it had to pass royal approval before being devoured. Today was no exception. With the sun streaming gently through the windows, both of them enjoyed their meal like miniature emperors. I sat there, watching them, and couldn't help but laugh at their slow, dignified chewing. It was as though they were saying, "Good human, the fish was acceptable today. You may continue serving us." When the last bite disappeared, a silence fell over the room. Not a solemn silence, but the kind that follows contentment, the hush that only comes after bellies are full and hearts are happy. I could see it in their eyes. They had officially entered what I call post-lunch mode, a state of calm so deep it makes meditation look restless. I knew what was coming next, nap time. And in this house, nap time is not just a habit. It is practically a sacred ritual, carried out with the seriousness of monks entering prayer. As expected, the two of them began their well-rehearsed performance. Cat number one, whom I secretly call the Cushion King, headed straight for the soft, fluffy cushion placed in the corner of the room. That cushion has become his throne, his safe kingdom, his personal island where no disturbance is allowed. He circled it once, testing the softness with his paws, then collapsed dramatically as if the cushion had been waiting all day just for him. Within seconds, he was already in dreamland, twitching slightly as though chasing imaginary birds in his sleep. Meanwhile, cat number two chose a very different path. This one is what I call the hammock queen. She doesn't bother with traditional sleeping spots like cushions, rugs, or beds. No, she prefers the art of swaying. Her favorite location is the hammock, which I had originally bought for myself but quickly lost ownership of. The way she hops onto it with such elegance, you'd think she was auditioning for a circus act. She settles in the middle, stretches her legs until they dangle lazily off the edge, and lets the hammock rock ever so slightly. With her eyes half closed and tail flicking gently, she looks like a tiny empress enjoying her private seaside resort. The contrast between them never fails to amuse me. The Cushion King values stillness, softness, and the firm embrace of his throne. The Hammock Queen, on the other hand, thrives in the rhythm of gentle swaying, the soothing motion that seems to transport her into dreams of floating on clouds. Watching them side by side is like observing two different philosophies of life. One says, "Stay grounded, find your comfort, and nap securely." The other replies, "Loosen up, sway with the breeze, and nap with a little flair." Both approaches, I must admit, seem equally effective in achieving ultimate cat satisfaction. As they both settled, the house entered its most peaceful time of day. The ticking of the clock grew softer, the sun cast warm golden stripes across the floor, and my two cats provided the soundtrack. From the cushion came a steady, gentle purr, like the hum of a tiny engine running smoothly. From the hammock, a faint snore drifted through the air, rising and falling in rhythm with the hammock's sway. Together, their sounds created an odd but charming duet, this symphony of the sleepy cats. I sat nearby with my cup of tea, watching them as though they were stars in the world's coziest show. My mind wandered to how different they were in personality, yet how beautifully they coexisted. The Cushion King and the Hammock Queen had no need to compete. Each had their own territory, their own style, their own way of embracing life's most important mission, napping. There was a strange wisdom in that. They didn't try to prove who had the better bed or argue about where naps should be taken. Instead, they simply accepted their preferences and lived in harmony. At that moment, I realized these little creatures were teaching me something profound, even if they had no idea. In life, we often think there's only one right way to do things. We argue, compare, and sometimes force ourselves into molds that don't quite fit. But my cats showed me a gentler truth. Comfort looks different for everyone. Some of us are cushion people, needing stability and softness. Others are hammock people, swaying with life's unpredictable rhythms. Neither is wrong, neither is better. Both can lead to peace, as long as we respect our own needs. The afternoon slipped by as I listened to their purrs and snores, sipping my tea in rhythm with their sleepy music. By the time they woke up, stretching dramatically as though they had just returned from an exhausting day at the spa, I was refreshed too. Not from sleeping, but from simply being near them, sharing in their quiet joy, their humor, and their very cat-like wisdom. In the end, the Cushion King and the Hammock Queen had not just taken naps. They had hosted me in their royal chambers of peace, where all one needs to do is laugh, breathe, and remember that sometimes the simplest joys, like a cushion or a hammock, are the most luxurious treasures of all. The story of the Cushion King and the Hammock Queen is more than just a tale of two cats with different napping styles. It's a reminder about the importance of respecting individuality in modern life. Just as one cat finds comfort in a cushion while the other prefers the hammock, people too have different ways of finding peace, balance, and happiness. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparison, trying to copy what others are doing or feeling pressured to adopt one right lifestyle. But the truth is, there isn't a universal formula for contentment. Some thrive in structure and routine, while others feel most alive when they embrace change and flexibility. Instead of competing or judging, we can learn to celebrate these differences and recognize that harmony comes from balance, not uniformity. The cats also remind us of the value of rest. Too often, we glorify busyness and neglect the simple act of pausing to recharge. Taking time for yourself, whether it's through stillness or movement, cushions or hammocks, is not laziness but a form of self-care. In modern life, peace comes from accepting who you are, honoring your needs, and respecting the unique rhythms of others.